Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel As Above So Below. It's been a while since I've produced a video for my channel, but I'm back now. This latest video is titled Know Thyself. As stated, this video is titled Know Thyself. This is a well-coined phrase, yet not familiar with many people unless you know the context from which this phrase originated from. Before I start, what follows will seem controversial to some, yet if you are going to get triggered by what I will elaborate on, then it is advised not to watch the rest of this video. With that out of the way, let me unpack this for you. The origin of the phrase originates as a famous quote by none other than Lucifer. Lucifer is Latin and means light bringer. The original name for this being is Hil or Hillel. Despite what the narrative says, this being gives out his cryptic phrase of knowing thyself. And with this being known as the light bringer, one of the ways the light is brought to an individual is by knowing thyself.
Contrary to the popular belief of the narrative, the story of Lucifer falling, in my opinion, wasn't from heaven as such, but from the same realm the Titans originated from. Lucifer is the son of Hecate, who is known as the Triple Moon Goddess, and he is the cousin to Hades, the ruler of Tartarus and the underworld. The fallen angel story is spirit coming down into physical matter here on earth, or incarnated as a human being. So with that rationale, Lucifer fell in order to go through the trials and tribulations that present themselves on this planet, to set an example of how spiritual ascension really works. This can be supported through decoding methodologies, which will be discussed in a later section of this video. So what does this actually mean? When we are born, we are given many things that identify us as a human being. A name, a family we are born into, a place of birth. These are superficial and considered external forms of identity that the world identifies us by. Knowing thyself goes way deeper and is more profound. My objective in this video is to outline what it really means to know thyself. Incarnation. When we incarnate onto the physical plane of earth, we do so with things that are deep, profound and esoteric in nature. Whether we choose to incarnate here is an ongoing discussion that has many theories, yet the real answer is we just don't know, as it is very difficult to support with something that is tangible when it is speaking about such a profound and esoteric subject. This can become a truth for someone, and the truth is, after all, subjective, meaning what may be true for one person isn't necessarily true for another. It's all about what resonates with you.
Natal chart and astrology. When we are born into a physical form or as a human being, many things occur at the time of our birth. One of these things is that a snapshot of our solar system is taken at the time we are born. A sun sign will reside in a particular zodiac sign. Within our own individual natal chart, there are many energetic influences from the 12 houses, the planets that are present, and the 12 zodiac signs themselves. There are also many different aspects that also influence our natal chart. The zodiac wheel is divided into 30-degree segments that make up the 360 degrees of the zodiac wheel. There are many variations of natal charts, such as tropical, sidereal, also known as Vedic, Babylonian. The list goes on. Reading the natal charts can unlock many things, including your purpose for your incarnation. It is advised that one should use both tropical and sidereal to interpret the hidden meanings. Tropical zodiac. The tropical zodiac is entirely sun-based and the signs are set upon the ecliptic. The tropical zodiac aligns the spring equinox, the point where the ecliptic or apparent position of the sun touches the celestial sphere, straight onto point 0 of the tropical Aries, and the summer and winter solstices fall perpendicular upon it, respectively right between Gemini and Cancer, and Sagittarius and Capricorn. The Earth wobbles and therefore tilts around 23.5 degrees from the equator, which causes for a 1 degree shift over the span of 72 years. Sidereal zodiac. The sidereal zodiac is based upon the position of the sun in relation to the star constellations as they appear in the night sky, which is measured in the early morning when the sun rises. Measured against the sidereal zodiac, this causes for the spring equinox to be 5 seconds early every year, a phenomenon called precession. The Vedic had good knowledge of the precession and took it into account when measuring the vernal equinox. The tropical zodiac does not, and since its adoption, the vernal equinox is therefore fixed in Aries. Nakshatras. Also, Sidereal uses another layer called Nakshatras. There are 27 Nakshatras, and according to Vedic astrology, the lunar constellations, or Nakshatras, form an association with the natal symbols of the moon. The moon takes 28 days to move into each zodiac sign and resides there for 2.3 days. The moon is known to be the ruler of the Nakshatras and therefore looks after the planetary positions and being responsible for predicting the life of each individual in a variable manner. The ancient texts say that Nakshatra is taken from the word Naksha, meaning map, and Tara is a star. The full meaning of the word Nakshatra tends to be the map of stars. The mythology of the Nakshatras is based on Indian mythology, and it is believed that there was a king called King Dakshan who had 27 daughters. The moon married all of the 27 daughters, the Nakshatras. However, the moon had a strong drift towards one of his queens more than others, Rohini. Rohini is known as the exaltation point of the moon. Due to this reason, the other 26 wives of the moon complained to the king. Regardless of the repeated requests from the king, the moon didn't change its nature. This made the king angry, and he cursed the moon, making it shrink in size. This led to the waning of the moon. Seeing the consequences, the other deities requested the king to take his curse back, and made the moon promise him that the moon would visit each of his daughters equally to spend time with them. Because the king cannot draw his curse off completely, he mentioned a remedy to the moon. He mentioned that in half a month he would be able to restore his strength. This is the reason why we have Purnima and Amavasya, and the moon stays in each nakshatra for an equal amount of time, completing his zodiac orbit in the month. Human design. Human design is a holistic self-knowledge system. The human design system combines astrology, the I Ching, and the Sephiroth, also known as the Kabbalah, as well as Vedic philosophies. It centers around a diagram known as a body graph. It was originated and developed by Alan Robert Krakauer, who published a book called The Human Design System under the pseudonym Rahuruhu in 1992. Krakauer developed the human design system following a mystical experience he had in 1987. The human design system is based on the philosophy of self-knowledge and does not have specific dogma or religion affiliated to it. Human design is a map of your unique energy and life blueprint that helps to guide you towards self-awareness, personal growth, and empowerment. This is quite a complex system to decipher in knowing thyself. However, once you have deciphered the body graph that pertains to you, then you will unlock the deeper mysteries of your being. Gene keys. This is another method of knowing thyself. Gene keys map out a person's psychological and spiritual makeup at birth, which is very similar to astrology in that regard. It outlines the 64 qualities that are imprinted into our DNA. The idea of the gene keys is that they are numbered human qualities that get modified based on a frequency or your energetic vibration. There is a shadow that is expressed at a lower frequency, while another quality is expressed as a gift at a higher frequency. These 64 different quality types of our DNA are referred to as keys, as they are considered as an encoding that can unlock your higher self and your potential and can turn your shadow into a gift. Gene keys uses the information of your birth in the way astrology does: day, month, year, time of birth, and place of birth, which lays out the prominent qualities or themes in one's life, including your higher purpose and other areas of your unique personality. The gene keys are based on the golden path. That is a process that is an experiential process which usually takes months to go through, that walks you through your path step by step. There are 3 stages called sequences, and they are performed in a specific order, like peeling away the layers of an onion.
These three sequences are the activation sequence, the Venus sequence, and the Pearl sequence. The activation sequence. The activation sequence is the first phase of the golden path, and it is as simple as really reading upon your gene keys that will be found in your gene keys chart. The Venus sequence. The Venus sequence is more about doing the work and addressing the deepest wounds that cause us to guard our hearts and react in relationships. The Venus sequence takes you deep into those wounds so you are no longer triggered by others in relationships and can remain more stably in your heart regardless of what lie throws at you. The Pearl sequence. This is about how to best share your unique gifts with the world and live in prosperity. Myers-Briggs personality types. In order to better understand people's common similarities and differences, Isabel Briggs Myers and her mother Catherine Briggs built on the work of psychologist Carl Gustav Jung to develop a system of categorizing human behavior. They landed on 4 key dimensions that people could express as preferences in the way they managed their energy, process information, make decisions, and structure their day-to-day lives. Each of these preferences is represented by a letter, and together these preferences are denoted by 4 letters. These personality types are arranged in 4-letter acronyms. For example, an INFJ is translated to introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. These 4-letter personality types are translated with a more of an in-depth reading of that personality type. There are a total of 16 personality types. From in-depth readings, you can analyze yourself and understand how and why your social and physical interaction with others occurs like it does. Decoding. Before I unpack this section, I want to mention an amazing human being by the name of Logan Jason Piet from the Decode Your Reality channel. I've learned a lot from his teachings, and though we haven't met personally, I regard him as a friend and mentor. His teaching methods really help you to give a new and unique perspective on how this reality and your own reality works. Therefore, this entire section is dedicated to Logan and Decode Your Reality. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with me, brother. Decoding is all about unlocking every aspect of your being and ultimately discovering the purpose of your incarnation. The topics that I have already outlined in this video are an integral part of decoding yourself. This method allows you a profound insight into your predestined script that is part of your source code. Decoding allows you to understand and understand how you fit in the scripted reality we call home. There is another layer that combines things that are of an esoteric, mathematical, alchemical nature amongst many others that can be used. Here I will outline the 8 most tried and tested methods used in decoding. 1. Using one numerology cipher. This is inputting a phrase or words into a cipher that will give a numerical total for that phrase or words. My preferred cipher is the Chaldean Numerology Cipher, as it is the oldest known cipher on Earth. 2. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase through the golden ratio of 1.61. The golden ratio measures the natural world through mathematics, and it's based on the Fibonacci sequence of numbers. 3. Cross-reference the total value of words or phrase through the string of pi, 3.14 or 3.144, which is used in the calculation for the area of a circle. 4. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase through the cards of Illumination / tarot cards. The cards of Illumination, or Alumination as it is known, are based on a standard 52 deck of playing cards that were developed during the Middle Ages and used as a form of divination. The cards of Illumination are attributed to representing the 52 weeks in a year. The tarot is dated as far back as the 15th century. The popular modern version in this present time is the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, created by Arthur Edward Waite and illustrated by Pamela Coleman Smith and published by the Rider Company. 5. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase using the periodic table of elements. This uses the periodic table of elements as bridges to expand on a basic decode. Using the elements in a decode uncovers many layers that helps you understand what your script is about. 6. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase using prime numbers. The prime numbers are big standouts from which of the layers can be used to give a result or form a conclusion. Prime numbers are a whole number greater than 1 that cannot be exactly divided by any whole number other than itself, and 1, example 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. 7. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase using sine and cosine. These are found as components of a number. The sine and cosine functions are commonly used to model periodic phenomena such as sound and light waves. 8. Cross-referencing the total value of words or phrase using alchemology. Alchemology is the methodology of assigning elements from the periodic table of elements based on individual letter values of a phrase or words. Thank you for watching my video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. And remember, keep pushing forward, unleash your potential and live your life with purpose. Until next time, peace.